Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
Should I just go there and actually address? Yes, you mother.
I can leave my even text me.
No, you're actually address. And text. You're getting a text. Because I only hear from
Welcome to the dumpster, friends. You all made it. We're so happy you're here. Inshallah,
Marie told me about
we're going to continue to be dumpster friends for the next 30-ish minutes. We're glad that you're here. We're glad we're here for this. Love you all.
Now We chose that song because a year ago, Chris came down to my new home state of Maryland, and we went to go see Weezer do the Blue Album in DC, and they, got stuck. Weezer got stuck on the Pinkerton asteroid, and the only way they could get out was to play Pinkerton songs. It was all part of the act, and it was really, really lovely. But Chris really was very stoked that that song came up first, so that's why we're here. Why are you? I think we all know why we're here. In any case, I'm happy we're here. This one's called Nighttime Comfort.
Yeah, thanks everyone for coming.
Yeah.
Woo!
All the pretty ladies walking down the street. All the sexy mamas looking right at me. People making promises in the nighttime. When the rest of them can't run over the juicy weather's is wrong and the song is about that night. Where did I go wrong? 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 All the sexy mamas, all the sexy mamas, walking down the street. All those dapper dandies, all the dapper dandies, who they gonna be?
Lovely. Smells like Mexican. All right. We're gonna do a little switch up in the vein of the old school Plum Dumpster.
It's hot in here.
Fresh Princes.
You all look lovely. All right. Hey, thank you. Awesome. Ready when you are.
without the love from me, without the dying trees on the street, the angels in my dream have turned to demons that breathe and speak. Where I go, I just don't know. I gotta take it slow. When I find my peace of mind, I'm gonna give you some of my good time. You take a smile on me. It took away my pains and peace. I'll let my life be free. You gotta let it be, oh yeah. Where I go, I just don't know. I gotta take it slow. When I find my peace of mind, I'm gonna give you some of my good time. You're so light indeed. Well, I got everything I need. You take the days of breeze. You give away my self-destruction. Spit it, baby, and it's very sweet. Holy roller coaster, but I'm on my feet. Take me to the river, let me on your shore. I'll be coming back, baby, I'll be coming back more. Do-do-do-do, sang, dum, dum, sing, dum, Congo, baby. I cannot forget it for now when I'm a brother, with my brother, but I work with it if I where I go, I just don't know. I gotta take it slow. When I find my peace of mind, I'm gonna give you some of my good time. Where I go, I just don't know. I might end up somewhere in Mexico. When I find my peace of mind, I'm gonna keep it for the end of time.
All right.
We also saw Red Hot Chili Peppers with Chris
Yeah.
at Giant Stadium. That was fun.
We saw Red Hot Chili Peppers in one of the. We stopped playing shows as Plum Dumpster when I moved down to Maryland about 6 years ago, and one of the last shows that we played was a Halloween Chili Peppers covers night, where we only played Chili Pepper songs, and it was one of the most fun things we did, I think. But we didn't play that song. But somehow Chris managed to get us to do the Chili Peppers covering This Ain't No Picnic by Minutemen in the middle of our Chili Pepper set. And that was such an amazing thing that he did, and it's very fond memories of doing that very silly song in the middle of our already silly set.
I also feel like Chris would loved how stupid those lyrics are.
Oh.
With the Zang Zangs.
Absolutely. Don't get me wrong, the dude could write songs, as we're all gonna find out in the night, but he didn't write any of those Zangs, and
You can write a Zang Zang.
it's a dang shame.
Should we preface the song at all?
I think you want to do the honors?
Yeah. So one of the bands that we always had as an influence was Silkworm.
And I feel like this is one of the songs we first started playing. The lyrics are a little on the nose for what tonight is, but we love the song and he loved the song, so I feel like it's fine.
He was very adamant about playing it at our first show, and we're happy to do it.
No more simple tunes, no more easy rules. It takes so many millions to get laid. Goddamn the circumstance that brought me here, and goddamn you, my friend. Goddamn the circumstance that brought me here, and goddamn you, my friend. There's so many wolves. It's time to let wolves. I said, give them bellboys on the Nile. Goddamn the circumstance that brought me here, and goddamn you, my friend. Goddamn the circumstance that brought me here, and goddamn you, my friend. Goddamn the circumstance that brought me here, and goddamn you, my friend.
I promise you the Big Muff never does this, guys.
All right. We're gonna do a thing that Chris loved to do on stage. And
I want to hear you guys be as enthusiastic as possible, okay? When I say plum, you say dump. Plum! Plum! When I say plum, say it again. Plum! Plum! Yeah, there we go.
all right. Yeah. The cymbal snare.
Is this on? We're going to close with two more Plum Dumpster originals. This next one was one of my favorite ones to see Chris play live. And you might recognize some of the main characters in it. It's called Wiggly, Colin, and Wall Mike.
What'd he say?
Fun!
There is a mic here. I'm in Colin.
There is a mic here. Colin is not here. And I will just preface, we named the song after our friends Colin and Mike because one day at practice, all those years ago, they showed up and we started playing this song and it wasn't really a song. And all of a sudden, they just started dancing all wiggly and Mike was like dancing up against the wall and we get our Wiggly, Colin, and Wall Mike and the rest is history. Sing along if you know the lyrics. At the end, especially. Beautiful. Couple of last minute things here. We obviously miss Chris terribly, and we loved every second that we had playing with him, knowing him, being his friend this whole fucking time. We miss him terribly, but we're still really happy to be here and be playing these songs. For just one last time, and thank you all for being here. And yeah, we got a lot of love tonight. Let's feel. Also, we also have a lot of posters tonight. So one time we were hanging out in Union Square and randomly found out that
we weren't hanging out.
What?
I was walking past Guitar Center and I said, "Oh, Zach Wild's here."
That's right.
And I called you both, and the good friends you are.
Oh, that's right. We were already hanging out.
We weren't hanging out.
Yeah.
I called you. I called them, and the good friends they are came running, and we inducted Zach Wild into Plum Dumpster.
Believe it or not, he still has shingles.
Yeah, he still has shingles. He's never made any shows.
No, we keep on asking, but he hasn't showed up. But we have tons of these things. Please take them. We have these things. We have Zach Nut bars. Enjoy yourself. This one's called Beast of Bourbon, and let's go. All right.
So that is it for Plum Dumpster. Thank you all for joining us tonight. We've got lots of great music coming up. And I have a question for a member of the audience / performer. Is Luke here somewhere? There he is. There's Luke. Are you ready, Luke? You want to go right into it? So Alden, our gracious sound engineer. Let's give a hand for Alden, please, because no need to play any music over the speakers right now. We're just gonna do the sax and clarinet while Danforth gets set up. So maybe we can get the projector going as well.
Okay. Sounds good.
If you want to introduce yourself, please go first.
Yeah, we got it.
Context.
You don't get context.
So, for those of you who want context.
Yeah.
What the hell?
So, when I heard that there was going to be a musical tribute for Lave, I knew I had to play the Jurassic Park theme song. Because it was Lave's idea. I'm Luke. I went to high school with Chris. We were in a lot of classes together. We ran track and cross country. We were in the marching band and one ensemble. And senior year, we were in the pit orchestra for Guys and Dolls. Now, it was a good show. It was tight. It was fun to play together. And one of the performances was on April 1st. So Chris's mind, it being what it was, the brilliant labyrinth that it is, he wanted to do something as kind of a joke on everybody. And he taught everyone the Jurassic Park theme song. Wanted to play it at intermission of Guys and Dolls. And he petitioned Mr. Batista, who was the director of the pit, so we could all do it together. And I give Batista credit for two things. One was not letting us do it. And two was that he really wanted to. But he knew better, didn't want to lose his job. So I've thought of that for years, and I just couldn't help but come up here, and TJ was great enough to whip out the old clarinet years and years ago. And I just want to say that I'm very happy that I knew Chris and had him as a friend. So thank you, everyone.
One more hand for Luke and TJ. Jurassic Park, please. Danforth is up next. We'll be starting in about 5 minutes or so. So we'll get some drinks, some water, cool yourself down, and we'll get right back into it. Thanks, everyone.
Old married with kids, like no one wants to learn how to show I'm just saying. I don't
Let's go!
Hello. So Chrissy and Alexa have a wonderful idea of approaching us very closely. And I think you should all follow suit as best as distancing guidelines will permit. Also, just get ready. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Jason. I'm joined here by Justin, Josh, Doug. Brief introduction. Justin and I are some of Chris's oldest childhood friends. We met in the kindergarten, circuit kindergarten, and we were graced, as was Chris, by Josh and Doug and many others years later. And everyone together, I think, really enriched Chris's social circle and allowed him to be the musician and the friend that he became. I think it's fair to say this is not the reunion as Van Torch that we anticipated, but it's one nonetheless that we are proud to be a part of.
I'm here for you.
And is that for us? I don't know. Thank you. The shock of what happened back in April still reverberates, but if Chris taught us anything, it's that rock is a healing mechanism, and comedy rock, or entertainment rock as we like to call ourselves, can be that much more cathartic.
Or suspense rock.
Or suspense rock. And
or lewd rock.
Or lewd rock.
Strong rock.
Strong rock. We're exploring it. I think what's also important to note is that around the time we graduated college, 2010, 11, 12, we all kind of found it really funny how bands like Kiss and AC/DC and Van Halen became so remarkably commercially successful by just singing about like sex. And it was something that just struck us as really bizarre. And so what we did is we sort of took the best and worst of those groups, those glam arena rock groups that Chris found kind of funny and stupid, and we created this sort of amalgam of all of those entities, all of those bands. It's a very Chris thing to do. And so a brief disclaimer, and then we'll heat this party up. The songs that we're about to sing are really from the perspective of a very flawed character, someone who's passionate and charged. It was also desperate and impish and scared. And I think we saw a lot of this sort of, character in our 20s when we were first starting out. And this person didn't match us at all. We're all very understated, modest people. And the humor and kind of incongruous nature of singing from that perspective just struck Chris especially as being really funny. So you're going to hear some things tonight that you would hear at probably like a Poison show. But note that Poison sucks. We all hate Poison.
How dare you?
Worse than Motley Crue.
Yeah, far worse. So with that said,
Worse vocal melody.
right. But art gives us the license to kind of be characters.
Like 3 years too late.
We are. So we appreciate your appreciating our artistic license, and we hope you enjoy Van Torch Entertainment Solutions' first show in 13 years. Yeah, can we just clear the area for a second? I'm sorry, we forgot. We are Van Torch Entertainment Solutions. And we hope you have a great fucking time.
Yeah!
We're playing loud for our friend Chris. We want you to be loud. Maintain the energy we're going to feed to you. Thank you.
Would you like to share the protocol? First protocol?
Oh, yes. So Van Torch had what we call protocols for the success lover. One of those protocols, the chief tenet, is to forget all prior misgivings. Whatever tension you have in your life, whatever anxiety that may have carried itself upon your shoulders, upon your entering the Windjammer, for the next half hour or so, it's gone. You know, it's funny, we wrote these songs when we were like 21. They're embarrassing to sing now, I think it's pretty honest, but at the same time, we're embodying very creative time for Chris and ourselves, and that's really what's most important to convey.
It's also still an entertainment solution.
That's right, we hope you feel entertained. All right, so we're gonna slightly pause for a moment so we can all catch our breath. Flies over. Who says that wasn't on purpose? All right. First things first, I want to draw your attention to the back right corner of the room where we have set up our museum. Here you will find authentic Van Torch artifacts, pictures from some of our final shows before tonight, commemorative torch bucks, which is our form of currency, some candy, just because it's almost Halloween.
Tootsie Roll products.
Tootsie Roll products.
Chris and I made homemade Tootsie Rolls. They look really gross. They
look good.
Additionally, there was a Bart mask that we all wore. Chris, Justin, myself, Doug, I believe as well, mid-concert once. You'd be surprised how proficient he remained on lead guitar with his head entirely suffocated. Such a fantastic musician. And he always pushed us towards the limits of what could be funny. And that's what I think we, in part, miss the most. Another thing that Chris used to do, we all used to do this in the Lavery's kitchen, late at night after practicing in the basement. And that basement, for the record, was really a safe haven for us. So Nancy, we love you so much for that. It was really wonderful to have a place where we could be creative and stupid and kind of detox after work. One of the things we used to do was, late at night, draw Bart Simpson's head intentionally with our non-dominant hand, just to see who could leave the goofiest impression, then we'd leave it on the counter for Nancy to see in the morning. And so, if you'll indulge, I'd love to have 3 volunteers. We're going to hold a non-dominant hand Bart drawing contest right now, right here on the stage. So, if I could see the most animated, TJ1, this guy right here, and to debate. Okay, yeah, this guy. All right. Come on stage. Come on, guys. Your honorary members. All right, here, you can middle down. Why don't you guys introduce yourself?
Josh Sorrell. Josh Sorrell. I'm left-handed. TJ, right-handed.
George. I'm right-handed. Yeah. So with your non-dominant hand. Okay. All right. We are prepared. Okay. Here we go. Probably should have figured out the paper situation prior. Okay. TJ, that's for you. Okay. Mic up, buddy. All right, thanks. So yeah, so Marie also had to suffer through listening to our music through the basement floor. I think Drew was out of the house by that point, but Marie, thanks for taking one for the team. Yeah. All right. Okay, so we're gonna time this for a minute. Someone have a phone stopwatch? I mean, I know you all do. Sorry. Does anyone have a computer in their pocket? All right, we're gonna time it for a minute. Who's got the timer? Okay. Yes. Neck up. Be as detail-oriented as possible. Okay? On the count of 3, we're gonna start the clock. 60 seconds. 1, 2, 3, hit it. This is a never before heard Van Torch track. I guess we can call it the opposite hand blues.
This one seems to display a different affect.
We're a very well tonight. Different affect. How's the time looking? 30 seconds. Now imagine doing this in the Lavery's kitchen, for those of you who are familiar. After watching like Michael Jackson's Moonwalker, which followed practicing like shitty kiss licks for an hour. 10 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, hands down. Okay, all right. So if we could just hold them up to the audience, guys. Yeah. Okay, let's get a good look at what's going on. Okay, nice and high. You can't hide from your mistakes. A little bit lower, actually. Okay. All right. I mean, okay, round of applause. Let's start with this, okay? All right, approval rating. It's a little terroristic. Over here, hi caramba. Lou won't be seeing that anytime soon. And guys, TJ, I mean, come on, let's get this to the audience. So we're happy to sign those for you after the show. So if you just, yeah, we'll take those. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you playing along. We're just going to rearrange a few things, guys. Excuse us. Okay. So this next track is influenced by GNR's Sweet Child of Mine, which Chris thought was just ridiculous, and it still is. And so he decided to sort of riff off the opening riff to produce a song that is about a girl. A girl who has a complicated relationship with a fellow who is attempting to court her. Put it that way.
One more detail. Sweet Child of Mine riff was a exercise that Slash came up with, and Axl heard him playing, and he demanded that it become a song, and Slash didn't want it to become a song because he thought it was secret. It's a continuity.
We might be the same way. All right, this
question about it, if you could.
Oh yeah. Yeah, pay attention to trivia. And also we have our sponsors coming up occasionally. All right, guys, this one's called Regina 2.0. She's my girl, she's my very special girl. I think about her all the time. Too much trouble in my mind. Regina, is this for... Oh, wait. No, wait. Regina, she's my girlfriend. Is this for real? Based on a true person, not true events. All right. So, to kind of wrap things, we're gonna go Van Torch Unplugged, if that works with everyone. This is a little something that we put together real quick. It was around 2011. Chris really fell in love with John Fogerty's Centerfield album, which is on display. And there's a song on that album called I Saw It on TV, which really beautifully and wistfully kind of walks through John's childhood as experienced through the television. And so we thought it would be apropos to use those chords, but produce our own lyrics that reflects the many band names that we had considered before we ultimately landed on Van Torch. Long and storied history, so we hope we can honor our friend the best way possible with this little number.
Yeah!
So realizing I was over here.
Move that mic. Where's that mic? It was. Oh, it's yes, it's on the floor. So we need one for Justin.
I can't do this.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, sorry guys.
Yeah. Thanks, Doug.
I'm going to do an impromptu performance of a vocal piece that Chris proposed in 2007. So I don't think it has a title. It's quick. Here it goes. It may have been a Fresh Prince's song. I'm a man who knows his beers, and I know Love Pop Blue will bring a man to tears because it's so damn good. The quality of its hops can't be understood. Had to get one of those. I played Fox.
This guitar played the Morphins. This little number's called Please Be in My Band.
Woo! Drum line.
Who cares?
Oh, sorry. So make it in the music biz, it helps to converse. On a mindset that's quite infantile, clever and perverse. So we put our heads together, a collective creative burst. Van Torch is how you know us now, but other names came first. In 20 years, several beers since Fresh Prince's made the scene. Followed by Canaveral Starship and Ernest Hughes 18. Between Cox and Irvin, why's Obama president? The Incapone and the Nebuchadnezzar was a scientist. I've got a question, a simple suggestion. Will you please be in my band? I'm so bored, technique Columbus, all on wooden bridge. Prisoner of the countryside, east of the ridge. Sky brother and nice guys, das Emo kind of craze.
Don't forget about baseball. Solo.
Suggestion. Come on, man, will you be in my band? Frogs and flies, systems enterprise, tornado alley, I concur. Jabroni refuge, fun kahoot, knowledge adventure. Prisoner of the tornado took us for a whirl, but not as much. I've got a question, a simple suggestion. Please, will you be in my band? A pair of fecal demons, septic, gusher, and septic pack. Chris's ideas, actual considerations. We miss our gifted, loyal friend. We long to have him back. This cemented band of brothers made sure to try its best to forge identity in these entities, in hopes we pass the test. So when you're at your place of work and your job has got you down, remember there was once a guy who could imagine with a noun. Throw in a random adverb, a conjunction just for kicks. And to think we almost called ourselves the corporate fucking pricks. I've got a question, a simple suggestion. Please, will you be in my band? One more time. I've got a question, a simple suggestion. Please, will you? Thank you so much. May Chris's memory forever be blessing. Thank you.
Yeah, it is basically that. We don't feel like we experience.
Life is so crazy. You're going up next.
I'm being critical. Yeah. I was guessing.
I put that on your top. I looked into my wallet. I did not have my credit card. like everything's flat. It's just like straight down. Like it is. It's just such a
I checked in this week too.
Okay, we're about to get started up again.
Golf back there? No, I didn't figure it out. I don't know if you want to
It's just another thing.
Hey, we're about to get started, but before we do, I just wanted to give a round of applause to Doug. Doug did like put this show together. Doug has been in every band. He's such a fucking rock star, a champion, and like we wouldn't be able to do this without him. And I just, yeah. Also, wait, one other thing that I think is funny because of the final event torch song is we settled on the name Pencil because Chris Rose be like, can we be Pencil? And we were always like, no, that name sucks. But now we're finally Pencil.
Wasn't Jenny the one that turned out Pencil?
Always wanted Pencil.
You turned down Blueberry Eyes or something. Yeah.
See me,
song was a cover that I saw Chris play at a really cool venue in Butcher called Sleepwalk. It's called Opie Rides Again into Club That Sucks. And when I saw Plum Dumpster play it, I was just like blown away. I'd never heard it before, so I assumed it was a Chris original song. And he kind of, I don't have to let me down, but it was like, I'm still so glad I was exposed to it. So when we were trying to find a singer for it, I am the least talented singer among the bunch, and I figured I could make that happen for us. So that said, the song before was called Harry Shearer, which you all might recognize the name from being imprinted with the credits from The Simpsons. On repeat, he was the voice of Mr. Burns, Ned Flanders, Seymour Skinner, and I might be missing some others.
Spinal Tap.
Oh, Spinal Tap, there we go. Derek Smalls, thank you very much.
Very nice.
So we are gonna jump into another Chris song real quick, but I had an idea real quick. Just wanted to give people an idea of what Me and My Band is about. By like a sound of applause, who's familiar with Me and My Band, the game? Woo! Okay, so maybe I don't need to go over it. But I will anyway. Me and My Band is like a silly game that this group of friends and I was centering myself around consulting us, but you know, like you get a text at like 2 o'clock at work and it'd be Chris saying like "Be in my band, tall animal," but it was always spelled B-I-M-B. It was like "Bimb, tall animal." So as I'm just gonna really quickly go through just an example. This is from 2 years ago. Bimb, Sean's question rather, and then Bimb the exceeded, both from Chris. Ben responds no, yes. So he doesn't want to be in Sean's question, but he does want to be in the exceeded. I say agreed, and I offer BIMB atmosphere plunderers, which is terrible. Ben said no. Chris was very gentle to say I reluctantly refused to be an AP. But he came back with BIMB the enjoyables. Ben chimed in yes. BIMB annoying sentient door, which is my personal favorite. I won out when I was trying to name this band. I wanted to call this annoying sentient door, but we did pencil, which I think is more appropriate. Then Justin sent some Spotify screenshot, Nutcase 22. I'm not sure what's going on there. Chris offers BIMB the beepers. He also offers BIMB the snakes, to which I say, I like it, but a little too on the nose. And then finally, Ben sends us this picture of pizzeria-flavored combos, which Chris responds to BIMB Italian pizza. So that's the game. So I hope that we can continue this game in honor of Chris and keep the tradition alive. With that, I'd like to invite
That was our full team name. Evis UK. Yeah, you named our full team. That's correct.
But it was part of the the spirit. But Justin, come up. We're going to sing another Chris song. Yeah.
Play Freebird.
It's almost too long. Tap me in.
Play the war. War. Personality. I hate pizza.
Okay, here we go. Ready for Douglas Jr. Okay. Everything I can do is broken, 'cause it's all it would be fixed. Everything in this, I'm sorry, a token of some finely crafted bliss. I'm always channeling I'd rather be channeling
Doug one more time. He's done so much. He's done all the organizing, basically. He's also extremely good at like every instrument. He's cool and smart. Great guy. I'm off.
Okay. Up next to the stage, Mr. Benjamin Barr to sing another Chris original.
Hey everyone. For context, I have no idea what this song is about. But, so if you figure it out, please tell me. It's also really catchy, and it's been getting stuck in my head intermittently for years, so if you're lucky, it might get stuck in your hearts. Ready? Not ready. How's everyone doing? It's a little hot anyway. It's just me, right? Yeah. This band has a lot of people in it, but they're not all on stage right now, so it's kind of confusing. I have no solution to that. You just have to remember like every single song and then like be like, okay, how many unique people were on stage that whole time? And that's the band. And we're pencil. This song is called British Prime Minister. Yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, I'll take the sheet music. Why not? I'll take the sheet music after the music.
Okay, next up, Sarah Daniels.
Let's do down the block.
Hey everyone. So aside from being Chris's friend, I was also his voice teacher for a while. And I helped him with that last song actually, and this song that I'm about to sing. And all I have to say is, one of our main conflicts between me and Chris was that he refused to write music in a key that was good for his voice. And I will just say now that I'm singing this song, it's not good for anyone's voice, except for maybe Tom York. Like nobody else can sing this, but I'll try. Let's go. She'd be up for the night with her head in her books. Never got in fights, doesn't focus on looks. All the kids on the block, they play their guitars. They can show you the chords, but don't know what they are. And they don't know about the trouble she's in there fiddling with their mandolin. If they don't help her, no one will. But they're strumming up there on that hill. Weezer to come up and explain the next song while I plug in my guitar.
Wait, sorry, Sarah, who?
My husband.
This is awesome. Cool. I think everyone can hear me, right?
Voice projection, you got this.
Okay. So, the next song, I believe, is Semi-Legal Councilman. This was spawned from an odds are. For those of you who aren't familiar with the game, it's a stupid game this friend group plays, where you're challenged to do a thing and you give them a number. So if someone's like, odds are you chug that beer, and I say 30, I'm giving my friend a 1 in 30 chance of making me do the thing. So after I had a really weird interaction with a bartender in Philadelphia, 7 bars into our bar crawl, I was very sad and very vulnerable. Chris goes, Breezy, odds are you write a song called Semi-Legal Councilman by the end of the year. And I'm like, dude, fucking 10. Like, dude, I hate my life right now. 3, 2, 1, 7. Catches me on it. So now I owe him this song. The least musically inclined person in this friend group now owes Chris a song. I put it off for a couple of years, and then post-COVID, pre-vaccine 2020, I convinced my lovely wife to help me write Semi-Legal Councilman and perform it. We debuted it on Mike's birthday in January 2021, and this is the second and maybe final performance of it. So strap in, everyone. Have a good time. Wait, you my wife. Yeah, we're right in line.
How you feeling?
Okay, I'm okay.
Let's do it.
I barely know what I'm doing. Let's go. I
is your 5-minute warning.
Thank you very much, Alden. One more round of applause for Alden. Someone here, the Windjammer, who graciously invited us to present here. Thank you for your hospitality. We got one more song. It's another Silkworm cover, and I want to invite anyone who would like to sing with us on stage.
Hi.
Everyone was kind of planted, so like I was kind of sincere. I'm sorry.
I guess I'll sing.
So,
Mike, stand over there. Let's give it up for Mike.
He loves it when we do that.
Right. Let's give it up for these musicians.
I don't know what this song's about either.
We had a seance in a parking lot. Call it dead. No, so the last time we talked, I knew it was wrong. Laughed to our lungs. So listen goodbye. Wish you never. I got blood. I got blood. So
Thank you very much.
Come on, Dan, you got it. You came there to that. Yeah. I think we went there first.